Good afternoon, Dr. Nelson. I'm Alexi Lewis with Henry Schein. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Nice meeting you, Alexa.
Nice meeting you. Do you mind if I take a seat?
Oh, please have a seat.
Thank you. And how are you doing on this fine day?
I'm doing great.
It's a little hot out, but we'll manage.
Yeah.
And before I forget, here's my card with all of my information. In case you have
Okay.
any questions or concerns, just contact me. Okay?
Thank you.
Great. And I just wanted to mention, when I met with Dr. Johnson, he mentioned that you were just on a brief vacation to North Myrtle Beach. How was that?
It was really nice. Three other friends and I, we went on a golf vacation there, and the courses are beautiful, just fantastic, and it was just a lot of fun.
That's great to hear. I love a good golf outing. That is
Oh, yeah.
so much fun.
Yes.
Oh, well, we could talk about golfing all day long, but I understand we only have 8 minutes for today's
Yes,
meeting.
8
Does that
minutes.
sound?
I'm sorry, that's all the time I could give you today.
I understand you're a busy man, and
Mhm.
we'll make sure to keep this crisp for you.
Okay.
And to be mindful of your time, I took the liberty of setting an agenda, if I could go over that with you.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, well, first, I'd like to recap my meeting with Dr. Johnson. And second, I'd like to learn more about your goals in regarding to the practice.
Sure,
And I would also like to learn more about those challenges impeding you from your goals.
sure.
And then lastly, I would love to discuss how Henry Schein can assist your company within all of your needs. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, that's, I guess the only thing I could add is, right now, cash flow is king. And so anything we do is going to have to help us either generate some income or save us some money.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Cash flow is king. I'll make sure I keep note of
Yes.
that. So just to recap my meeting with Dr. Johnson, he said you're roughly 2 months behind in your cash flow with your insurance claims.
Yes, that's why it's so important.
Yeah, and that's $50,000 a month roughly. So if you're 2 months, that's $100,000.
I know,
That's insane.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and he also mentioned that you were wanting to retire pretty soon and wanting to sell the practice to him. What are some challenges impeding you from that?
Well, basically is a couple things, we lost some help during COVID. We lost some patients, so we have open slots right now. Sam is doing all the work, and that's why we're behind on the insurance claims. Plus, they've gotten more sophisticated, more difficult. And what I would have retired 2 years ago if I could have. Problem is, quite frankly, I'm not going to turn it over to him in the state it's in right now. It has to be financially stable.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. And what are its long-term implications if you continue to have all of these issues?
Well, he'll either go somewhere else. I'll lose the ability to sell my practice. Okay, that's my retirement.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want that to happen. So, and the sooner I can retire, the better. Like I said, I was ready 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. And if I could show you a product, a service that would be able to reach every single one of your needs and your goals and have you be able to, the company to be in a financial stable environment so you can sell to Dr. Johnson, what would that be like for you? Would you like to hear more?
Absolutely. It'd be great.
Great. Well, I do have a presentation with me here today, if I could go over that with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So currently you're using the Remedy practice, which is what we offer to you, but we added an additional service to it. It's called the Micro MD Practice Management.
Okay.
And it is not complicated whatsoever. I know that's a big concern people have, but it's just an addition on top of that, which makes almost everything automated and less paperwork on your guys' end.
Okay.
How does that sound?
That sounds interesting. So what does it do?
So the key benefits of the Micro MD Practice Management is automated medical claims and billing, insurance eligibility checks, code scrubbing with automated error checking, and digital patient intake and patient payments at point of care. So you will not be having to worry about any of these listed right here because it's all automated and online.
So you'll tell me automatically what their copay is so I can collect it up front, and it's going to do the code scrubbing. That's a big thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Back and forth on those codes. Wow.
And
Okay.
with all of the medical claims and billing, Sam is just swamped with all these. When I came in the other day, he could barely have a time to breathe on top of that. Yeah, and so with all of this, how do you see the value of adding that to your company?
I do, but looks like it might be kind of complicated, and I'm worried about the cost.
Well, just to clarify, you are worried about the simplicity and productivity of this would be for your company?
Yeah,
And you're worried about the ROI?
yes.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that with me. And to address your concern, you're currently paying $200 a month right now on the Remedy account.
Mhm.
This is gonna be $700 a month, which I know it might seem like a lot, but you are $100,000 behind. This would make you $100,000 ahead. And you also have those open slots that you mentioned that you're losing money on.
Mhm.
That's roughly $800 per open slot. These would be online patient scheduling. So every single one of those slots could be filled and it would pay for yourself with just one slot fulfilled.
Okay, that's sounds interesting, but I know my patients really like the personal touch and they call Sam,
Mhm.
get the appointment. They've been calling in for a long time. I don't know, this automated stuff on these phones thing.
Yeah, so just to clarify, you don't want to lose that personal touch.
Yeah, worry
Okay.
about that.
Well, thank you for sharing that with me. And ultimately, Sam is so backed up on the paperwork that he's not be able to give them that personal touch with those phone calls at the moment. But he would be able to handle those calls and they can still do that once we have everything automated, because he can spend that time making sure, asking them how the kids are doing and everything like that. And you're wanting to sell the practice to Dr. Johnson, and his patients love the patient scheduling. They love the online patient scheduling. They want to be online so they can come in, they can talk to whoever they want to
Yeah,
and not have to do the additional phone
I
calls.
guess you're right. That younger generation is all on their phones.
Yeah. Does that address your concern?
Yeah, I think that does. So it looks like it might kind of, is that going to be complicated to learn?
It's not complicated to learn whatsoever. It only takes a 5 hours, 1 day training period, where we can go over and teach anyone how to use it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, and we would love to get something set up with you. If you could sign right here, we could get this all set up for you and can do a 5 hour training period next week if you'd like.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds good. That makes sense.
great. How does Tuesday at 2 sound for you?
Check with Sam and we'll get it set up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.